Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you one of the ways that I work to clean up Blender Render a little bit. Blender Render can work fine as long as you use a lot of extra lights in the scene, because it doesn't do very well with dark shadowed areas, and because it's not really simulating light like Cycles does. So what I have here is, with this rendering, the shaded background for the sky looks okay, and this ground looks it's okay for now. But one of the things that I wanted to point out was right here. This line right here along the horizon was such a sharp, hard edge. It just seems really unnatural, and it really is, because if you go outside and take a look at the environment, things get quite hazy as they go off into the distance, and they also tend to fade to a bluish grayish kind of color, and that's the best way to take advantage of that, is just to start studying it from the outdoors, even by looking at a tree up close, maybe seeing how dark green the leaves look versus a tree off in the distance, and actually just try and observe the color of the tree off in the distance. You'll see there's quite a bit of difference. So one of the ways you can fix it up is you could try and come in and use the mist option up here within this tab. Under the world tab down at the button, you can add mist to the scene, but I tend not to like that kind of a broad base way to add like a fog effect. So instead, I'll just show you the scene here, and over here in another layer I have a bunch of lights, and I just put in all these lights back here in the scene. We'll go look, and you can see they're just little point lights that I have all along that back edge like that. They're not much, and they're kind of a, well, let me see, I think they're a bluish color. Yeah, a little light bluish color like that. Alright, now let's render it now. Okay, and so what it does, it takes that hard edge away, and that's just unbelievably important. Now maybe I took it away a little bit too much, but also typically what I would do is I would also shade this green surface so it wouldn't be this flat color. I would have colors here going out to colors there to change the atmosphere the way I wanted, instead of just, this is just a solid green surface. Well, that's not going to cut it. So if I'm painting on a paint canvas with acrylics or in a paint program, you know, one of the ways I'll typically start, I'll start with one color here, one color back there, and I'll do a nice gradient between the two, and that kind of defines my surface at the outset. So in order to do it in here, you have a couple of options. You could either come in onto this surface and put an image map on there that you've created within another program, and that's very effective and works. Or you can do that in combination with lights, and lights I like to use a lot. They're a lot of fun. And alright, that kind of gives you an idea, and this is yeah, and so that's it. It was just a little illustration lesson in case you're not a trained artist. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson.